Basically, everything that happened was they were in this grocery store, and he and several his wife, his daughter, some other people of his family. Um, they were staying in a grocery store, and these guys had been in the grocery store for a while. They knew the people; they were good people, but apparently they raped his wife and daughter. When he found out, he literally ripped the guys to shreds with his bare hands and killed them. And that scared his family. So they ran off. They ran away from the grocery store. And it took him forever to find them until finally, when he found them, they were already dead. They were ripped to shreds by the zombies. And he says, sometimes I wonder if I'm a murderer. I mean, I'm a good person, but sometimes, I just lose it sometimes, stuff like that. And Rick says, I do the same thing. I mean, I remember back when I was, a normal cop and stuff, and now, I mean, I am going to do anything that it takes to survive and keep Carl safe. I will murder anyone as long as it'll keep everyone safe. And they talk over the people that they've killed. It's kind of, going back in the days. He talks about, Dexter back at the prison. He tells Abraham about him. He killed him because he knew he was a criminal, but it wasn't exactly right that he just killed him like that. I mean, he hadn't really done anything super wrong. Martinez, he choked him to death. He hadn't really given him a chance. I mean, he could have been a good guy, but he killed him anyway. So he just says, all the people that we've ever, run into, the only reason we're still alive is because we have that little switch in us. When we turn the switch on, we become, bloodlust murderers. But then when we turn it off, we're good people. So basically, anyone who doesn't have that switch can't survive. So we do whatever it takes to survive. So, they're relating to each other. Abraham and Rick are a lot like each other. They've lost people that they love, and they're going to do whatever it takes to keep the other people safe and, live. So, they're finally relating to each other, We're starting to see the good side of Abraham. If the good side is ripping people apart, but whatever. And, while they're talking about people that they killed, Carl actually happens to be there and says, I shot a guy in the neck. His name was Shane. He pulled a gun on my dad, and I didn't know if he was going to kill him or not, but he had hurt him, so I shot him in the neck. And Rick and Carl are just, the only rest of the family left. So, father and son, very happy. So back at the gas station, everyone's just thinking, are they back yet? Is this worth it? They're just sitting here doing nothing. And Dale says, you know what, I've had it. Me and Andrea are going to go look up the roadways and see if we can find, like, a house or something to stay in or something, I'm not just going to stay here for now. Andrea asks, Eugene, like, dude, why do you have a mullet, alright? Why does a scientist have a mullet? And he says, oh, it's because so people don't know, they don't base the fact that I'm a scientist based on my, my looks, So, everything that Eugene says doesn't seem to be, it seems far-fetched. A lot of his story seems far-fetched, but, you gotta trust him. You gotta have a mission for your people right now. So Michonne's just going off killing more zombies. Back with our trio, they're still traveling, and they're here. They find this house, and Carl says, hey, I recognize this place. Can we go inside? It's my house. And he says, no, we can't go in, all right? I'm just going to go see if they're still here. And, Abraham is keeping the zombies busy, and Rick just keeps walking in. Thwack! A shovel hits him in the back of the head. Immediately, the last person to hit him in the back of the head with the shovel, he says, Dwayne, I'm okay. It's me. Looks up. Morgan? Rick? It's Morgan. He looks so freaking different. Remember him back in the first volume? He looks so different. Morgan. So, Morgan immediately just kind of stops and is like, oh my god, Rick. And Rick gets up, dude, what happened here? And he just starts crying and says, where's Dwayne? They go inside the house. Dwayne's a zombie. So he asks what happened, how long has he been a zombie? And he says, I don't know, a couple months, I lost track. All I remember is him yelling for me, Daddy, 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 but when I got there, it was too late. And apparently he's been feeding Dwayne humans. Morgan. People who, walk by, he doesn't know if they were good people or bad people, but, they'll kill you to get it, so he's been killing the people. So, I mean, that's just very sad. Very sad. And he says, I just couldn't kill Dwayne. I just couldn't. He's my son and everything. And Rick just says, Morgan, that's not your son, all right? You have to let him rest. So he gives him a pistol, walks outside, and Abraham says, dude, what the heck's going on? He needs a moment to say goodbye. Blam! They, are like, wait a second, did he commit suicide? Morgan goes out. It's done. Walks out with a pistol, and Abraham says, you know what? Is this dude crazy? No, dude, we've both done crazy things for the ones that we love. So, just give him a chance. But he actually didn't kill Dwayne. And show a picture. He shot the chain to let Dwayne walk away. So now Dwayne is still roaming around. So that's basically showing that Morgan still hasn't let go of his son. He can't let go. So Morgan is the man that has nothing to live for now, which is very sad. So all of them have something to relate to. Morgan immediately attaches himself to Carl because Carl is the closest to his son Dwayne. They're traveling along, staying in the car and stuff. They keep moving. Morgan asks Rick about, you found your family. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, well, wait, where's your wife? Oh, never mind. I won't ask. So, he's catching up on what's happened. They get to the police station. They go inside, get a couple guns and stuff. While they're in the police station, though, Morgan loses it and starts smashing his head up against a wall until finally Rick says stop, and he's got blood all over his forehead. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing that. So he's a little cuckoo. Compared to Rick, he's very cuckoo. So Morgan can't stop staring at Carl because, his son has been dead for a long time. So Carl is like, hey, you're my son. Wait a second. No, you're not. You're not my son. So, they're still moving. Abraham and Rick are, they're watching over Morgan, hoping he doesn't do anything weird. They keep on, Abraham is in the back of the truck. They run over a zombie, but oh no, they stop. Holy balls, lots of zombies. That's, okay, that cannot be good. That's at least a couple thousand. At least. So, intense action sequence. Rick starts driving the car through the zombies, trying to get through all of them. It's a huge crowd. They end up crashing the car. Everyone's a little hurt. They start to get out. Abraham fell out of the truck. They don't know where he is. Everyone just starts running. He starts shooting the zombies. They climb out of the car, and they keep on moving, running through the zombies as much as they can. Abraham is still alive. He's got them covered. He's shooting all the zombies. He picks up Carl, and he says, what do we do now? All the zombies are here. We need to run. So, yep, they are running away from the herd. That is definitely a herd. So, yeah. So they keep on moving. They're running for their life, and they says, we need to get back to the place. We're only like a couple miles away from the gas station. We need to get there. And Rick points out, if we do that, we're leading the zombies right to the gas station, right to them. So they says, you know what? We need to do something. We need to hide. Here, there's a house up here. We're going to get into the house, try and grab stuff that'll make as much noise as possible, and then we'll sneak out another way. Hopefully all the zombies will be distracted with the house, and they won't follow us. So they go inside. Morgan goes upstairs, runs into a dead family, and that's a disgusting sight. They find several stuff, get the stuff running, making lots of noise. All the zombies start breaking through, so then they start making a run for it. So, at this farmhouse or something that apparently Dale and Andrea found, Billy starts walking up and sees Ben playing with something. He's like, hey, Ben, what are you doing? He apparently found a cat in the barn and ripped it apart and is playing it with a stick. And, Ben just says, you better not tell anyone. Billy's like, okay. More disturbed minds. We haven't really known a whole lot about Ben and Billy. All we know is that they've lost their family, so apparently Ben's a little cuckoo now. So, Dale and Andrea are talking over and thinking, we can stay in this place. It's a safe place. We can stay here. We'll ask everyone else if everyone will stay. But we can stay here. This will be a nice place. We can work this out. Just me, you, and the twins. Everything will be fine. Glenn goes and wants to talk with Maggie, and Maggie says, we don't need to talk about anything. And Glenn immediately just starts yelling at her and says, "Do you try to kill yourself? Something is wrong with you. We need to figure out what." And she just says, I lost my family. I wanted to have a baby with you at one point. It didn't happen. I've just been so devastated lately. It was just a little mistake that I made. But now I realize that you actually make life worth living." So Glenn and Maggie, they got each other. So even though Maggie thought she has nothing left to live for, Glenn is there for her. So, you know, maybe Morgan will find something to live for. Don't know. So finally, our trio and Carl caught up with the group, and they get to the gas station and say, "We need to get out of here now. There's a couple thousand zombies. There's a herd coming right here. They didn't stop at the house. It didn't work. We don't know why, but now they're moving here. We need to get the frick out of here right frickin' now." So they get to the farm, and they immediately have a quick argument saying, "Well, we can just stay here and, you know, live. I mean, maybe the zombies will just ignore us if we're quiet enough." And they say, "No, there are thousands of zombies. You'll die anyway. We need to leave here now." So Dale had high hopes for this place, and now it's just being taken away from him. And Andrea, while everyone's packing up to leave, Andrea goes to talk with him, and he says, "This is all Rick's fault, all right? This would have been a perfect place to live in. Perfect place. But because he had to leave and go get this new guy that we don't even know and get back here leading 1,000 zombies at us, now we can't live in this place. All because of him. It's his fault. Everything bad that has ever happened has happened because of his choices. It's all his fault. He ruins everything." And Andrew just says, "We need to leave now." So he says, "Fine, I'm anxious to see the next way is going to endanger all of us." So Dale is very angry at Rick right now. He's very angry at Rick. It is true, most of the choices that Rick has made leads to deaths, but Rick has also been keeping everyone alive. Recently, Dale was kind of, you know, the good voice in the group, the person who keeps everyone happy and keeps everyone going. But Dale is starting to change even more now. He's not liking Rick, so, you know, lots of mistrusting and stuff. But that's it for Volume 10, What We Become. And yeah, Volume 11 will be out soon, so yeah, see you guys later. Bye.